The ANC just won't let it go. Now they're going to force you to pay for the TV license that you don't want to pay for. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the News in 5. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. Now before we get into today's story, I do have an update on another story. Cele not ready to apologize for telling crime activists to shut up. I gotta admit, some of you called it, some of you in the comment section were saying he's never gonna say, I'm sorry.
I told you so, I told you so, I told you so.
During a media briefing on Tuesday, Cele said he did not agree with the decision of the Joint Committee on Ethics and Members' Interests. Responding to Cele's comments, Ian Cameron said, I think it's quite sad that the Minister Cele will now get involved in reviews and appeals instead of doing what should be done to change the crime picture in South Africa. Yeah, he's never gonna apologize. Anyways, let's get into today's story. New TV license tax for South Africa could be coming soon.
For fuck's sake.
Cabinet has approved a raft of new bills to be submitted to Parliament, including the South African Broadcasting Corporation Bill of 2023, which aims to overhaul the SABC's funding model. The proposal on the SABC funding model is that the TV license model must be phased out and replaced with a ring-fenced levy collected by SARS.
Sons of bitches.
This proposed funding model is being considered in the SABC bill. So it's not clear yet how they're going to use the tax to fund this, like if they're going to increase the tax or not, that's still to be decided. But it's clear that they want to use tax to fund the SABC. And you know what? You wouldn't have to force people to pay for it if you had good content that people wanted to pay for. Again, there's only so many times we can watch the rerun of Anaconda. And bear in mind, even if you don't have a TV screen, even if you don't watch the SABC content, you're still going to be charged with this TV license tax. And probably what is even more frustrating about this whole scenario is that while the government is trying to fix the efficiency of the broadcasting sector, unfortunately the same thing cannot be said for the crime and justice system, in which South Africa is one of the top 10 countries for high crime rates. South African citizens do not feel safe, not even in their own homes, let alone walking in the streets. This country, after all, has an average murder rate of 70 people per day. Let that sink in. This week alone, a man was found beheaded in Cape Town with his head in a gift bag. And not so long before that, a group of men armed with a rifle robbed bus passengers also in Cape Town. And as if that wasn't enough, some civilians are being killed in broad daylight. Need I remind you of AKA's death? This is just the tip of the criminal iceberg in South Africa, and we are in big trouble. And in a country where we already struggle to make ends meet, crime now affects our wallets as well. We have to replace our stolen items. We have to cough up for medical bills for our injuries if we sustain them. And we also, in the worst cases, have to spend money on a funeral. It sets us back and we just can't take it anymore. But no, the ANC wants to worry about the TV license. And one thing that really gets under my skin is that not even the South African government pays for TV licenses, but they want to make us pay for it. And I wonder when this government will take the bigger issues a little bit more seriously. Maybe when we've ranked first for the highest crime rate in the world. I really hope that doesn't happen. My point is, instead of worrying about a freaking TV license, just fix this country. If you just once did your job and used that money, taxpayer money, to invest into law enforcement, the justice system, education, or fixing load shedding, maybe this country would be in a better place. Maybe then people could also afford to pay you a TV license. But, of course, the ANC doesn't really care. Their attitude is, let's tax everyone for everything. That'll fix the issue. It's time for proper change. Government really needs to step up and address these issues. Or we the people will address these issues at the ballot box in 2024. Futsek ANC. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel about being forced to pay for the TV license? Don't forget to check out my stand-up comedy special directed by Barry Hilton. It's called Crossing the Borders. You can watch the first run of this show on my channel for free. Link is in the description. Don't forget to leave a like on this video and share it far and wide. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel. I've got more content coming your way. Speaking of content, if you enjoyed this content, you might enjoy these videos. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.